And we now get to the latest from Bengaluru. 3 people have lost their lives in the floods in Bengaluru, but VVIP Swagat for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. In fact, a red carpet that was laid out for the Chief Minister in the flood zone are the shocking details that are just emerging. Karnataka Chief Minister's royal flood zone that was reviewed. Officials laid out a red carpet for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. This despite the fact that the infrastructure has been in shambles due to the floods. 3 people have lost their lives, but those who wanted to please the Chief Minister did not back down from laying that red carpet in the worst hit flood zone. Apathy at its peak, and then rubbing salt on the wounds of those who've lost their lives in Bengaluru. Anger has been mounting against the Karnataka government over how insensitive they have been in handling the entire issue. Mere lip service saying that BBMP is on the job. Yesterday we saw how they were celebrating 2 years of being in power in Karnataka, and the top brass of Karnataka Congress along with the top leadership of Congress all in attendance. And here you see visuals of the red carpet that was rolled out for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. And Nagarjun Dwarkanath now joining us on the broadcast. Shameful to say the least, Nagarjun, but they're clearly not taking the cue. Anger is mounting amongst people over how the Karnataka government has dealt with the entire matter. They were celebrating 2 years of being in power yesterday, and the red carpet that was merrily laid out for the Chief Minister, but no remorse for the lives lost, nothing to correct the situation on the ground.
That's absolutely right, Swesha. That height of insensitivity from the BBMP officials when 3 people have lost lives in the last 72 hours due to floods in Bengaluru. Now the officials have laid out red carpet for the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister to visit one such spot. This happened in HBR layout in Bengaluru, where in front of a stormwater drain, where the CM and DCM would stand on a pedestal and look at the ongoing work and how the stormwater drain construction needs to be done. And the locals, they protested and questioned the BBMP officials as to what are the intentions. Is it even sensitive enough to put in red carpet for the officials and the ministers and the Chief Minister at this point of time when the Bangalore city has lost 3 lives? And is it so big that the CM is coming on a red carpet? What is the intention of the officials is what was questioned by the locals. And then finally, the BBMP officials removed the red carpet is what we are told. Nevertheless, the attitude of the government is clearly seen here. There's no sympathy, empathy towards the citizen. Yesterday, it was a 2-year celebrations of the government, and today, a red carpet welcome for the Chief Minister when he goes on city rounds to inspect the broken infrastructure in the city.
Oh yes, absolutely, Nagarjun. But what is also hurtful is the fact that this is not the first of sorts. There have been several such instances that have even been reported in the past where top Congress leaders have been very insensitive towards what people are going through. Their celebrations have been merrily continuing, and people have not been treated well, but they just turn a blind eye.
That is true. In fact, one of the ministers also said that people end up throwing plastic bottles and plastic items in the drain, and hence the stormwater drains clog up, and we should be more responsible is what one of the ministers also said. And now DK Shivakumar also spoken about how the rains occur in Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai. What do the other state governments do? In fact, the Congress government has done much more than BJP and JDS is what the defense come in from the Deputy Chief Minister. And now we see that a VVIP Swagat was being decked up by the BBMP officials to ensure that the CM receives a grand welcome and the Deputy CM receives a grand welcome when they visit this stormwater drain spot which was overflowing. The locals question saying, why can't the CM put his feet on the ground and touch what is there and feel the pain that we are going through? What was the need for to put in red carpet? And hence, finally, the BBMP officials woke up and with the pressure from the local
right, Nagarjun, more breaking news coming in. There is now an attempt to shield this act and overturn what had happened. The red carpet has now been removed. After the massive outrage from people, the red carpet has now been removed. 3 people lost their lives. Mere lip service from the Karnataka government, rather their celebrations have been ongoing. A red carpet that was laid out for the Chief Minister, and all of this was caught on camera. But they realized the growing anger amongst people and the massive backlash that the Karnataka government faced. So the red carpet was removed. But what about the sincerity of the leaders towards their people? What about the responsibility that the elected leaders have, Nagarjun?
That is absolutely true, Suresha. The locals, when they saw this, they in fact gathered in numbers because the CM would come. They wanted to meet the CM and tell their problems to the Chief Minister and make him understand what they've gone through in the last 72 hours. And there's also an alert given up for 24th of Bengaluru. So they wanted to meet the representatives, but when they saw this BBMP officials putting in the red carpet, the locals were enraged and also questioned the intention behind this, saying, is the Chief Minister so big that he can't even put his feet on the floor and meet the people and speak to the people to hear their concerns? And finally, the BBMP officials realized that the pressure was growing too much from the citizens and later removed the red carpet to ensure that the people around and the localites don't protest when the CM come. And they were afraid that, or scared that the locals would complain to the CM, why does he need a red carpet and a VVIP swagat when he's visiting people to listen to the misery and what they've gone through in the last 72 hours. 3 lives have been lost, 1 in Whitefield and 2 in the same apartment in BTM layout. And today, the Chief Minister and his whole delegation from the government will be visiting all such spots to ensure the rescue work was done, and what next to be done is what the rounds and the intention is about. But now the BBMP officials have put in a red carpet and now later removed after the locals questioned it.
What is even more disappointing is the tall promises that were made by the Congress and how they came to power, because they said that they would turn things around. They had criticized the BJP for the previous rule and they had made such promises. But all of that has fallen flat, Nagarjun. A 12-year boy loses his life, a 63-year-old man gets electrocuted, 3 lives lost in just 24 hours. But they do not back down from their celebrations. Many pictures coming in of all the top leaders, from Siddaramaiah to DK Shivkumar to Rahul Gandhi to Mallikarjun Kharge. A red carpet laid out for the Chief Minister. Their VVIP treatment does not stop even when the common man suffers. 3 people lose their lives.
If you remember, Suresha, that the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Shivkumar, had made a statement that even if God comes down to Bengaluru, he can't change the city immediately. That's how the infrastructure is in shambles in the Bangalore city. And today it's seen in reality about how no matter how much money is pumped in, the infrastructure is getting ready, but still the rain persists and the problems is remaining the same. Nothing has changed over the last decade. Many people believe that it is not just the Congress government, but successive governments have bled on their hands in terms of handling Bangalore infrastructure. All 3 parties, all MLAs across parties have ignored Bangalore city, and the rampant corruption and nexus with the contractors has resulted in this is what people are blaming. But however, Congress had promised that they would change all this once for all and then make Bangalore or give a Bangalore a facelift. But today, nothing has changed in the last 2 years. Now, DK Shivkumar has defended that earlier it was 200 odd spots, which was low-lying areas, and water would enter in such areas. The Congress government has reduced it to 40 such spots. So they have reduced the number by 160 spots, is what DK Shivkumar has said. But I don't think so. It would be completely true, because every other street has potholes. Every other street there's waterlogging. This is not the city that deserves this state of infrastructure, because it contributes a lot to the GDP and the GSDP as well. It's a tech city. It's a Silicon Valley of India. People know the city globally, and now look at what has happened. The red carpet has been put in place, and heights of insensitivity and apathy from the civic authorities here.
Fact also remains, Nagarjun, that they promise freebies. There is growing corruption within the government, and that has been highlighted several times. They're not being able to live up to all they had said that they will change. And now mere lip service coming in that the BBMP is on the job, things can't change in one night, but their action that is being questioned. Did they cancel their celebrations? What did they do to reverse the situation is what the thought we leave our viewers with.